It's the time to get down.
Systems initiated.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Let's get down on the good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Yes! What's happening, everybody? I have my claps unplugged, Vic.
That's okay, man. It's all good, man. You just got to go with the flow, man. Just keep it easy.
No. Good morning. It's
Nope.
Monday.
It's okay, man. Welcome, everybody. Hope your Monday's going cool. Hope everybody's blessed. Health, welfare. And for those who are unfortunate, let's give a moment for prayers and blessings, especially those victims over there. And I believe that was Sunderland, Texas. Unbelievable. I just take those moments to say I'm thankful for every day that I can breathe.
You know, and again, Monday morning, had to mention that right off the bat. Another mass morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Coffee. Dealing with those technical. Forgive me for that. As always, the updates. But, you know, challenging times. Another mass murder
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah.
And
Keeps
even though, you know, and people keep talking about it, but, you know, I have that point of view as a physician, I guess because working so much time in the emergency room,
Yeah.
I'm aware of how many mentally ill people are out there. And that's what, and the point that you and I have discussed over and over is that, you know, compared to the amount of problem here in the United States, compared to the amount of problem,
Right.
that we just don't seem to be recognizing that mental health is a big deal.
It
It
is.
really hasn't happened as a true awareness.
Yeah. True. And
Because that's what these people are crazy.
I'm
A lot
saying-
of the people are crazy. They don't want to say it. See, that's what they have. And crazies is not a medical term. But there's a bunch of medical terms that would apply. But the point is there needs to be a system to deal with them. We should have a system in place.
I agree. I think when people start to wake up and realize that the brain is a gift, an amazing gift, but it's also a weapon. And what I mean by that, whether it's voluntary or involuntary, the capacity to sit back and use its own reasoning for whatever the reason is can become a weapon. So a lot of times I know the argument is going to come with the gun control issue. And in the perfect world, for whatever reason, if the extent of a powerful nation is to say that you have to live with the fact that if you're going to be number one on this planet, you just have to understand that your society will have a viciousness and a gift and a weapon of using tools that can harm, maim, and kill others. And that's the price you pay for being the most powerful on the nation. To say that the capacity is that collateral acceptance is just a way of life. And to me, that's what we're dealing with. So since I'm not a politician and I'm not getting into all those, I just do know that sometimes the brain is a wonderful gift, but it can also be used as a weapon.
You know, I'm sort of frustrated, but I have this, I guess, and I'm thinking out loud again now, Vic. For those who don't embrace gun control as a means of answering these problems, they should at least be willing to figure out, because there's more than one way to solve an issue. Let me just try to be the devil's advocate for a minute. Okay, let's just say you're a person who doesn't support gun control. Okay? how do you want to address the problem of nutty people killing everybody? How do you want to address that? So you got to have something. You just can't say, "Oh, I don't know." It's like, are you? Because what you're basically saying is that, like Vic just said, you're saying that it's acceptable collateral damage to have mentally disturbed people take guns and kill people. That's an acceptable degree of collateral damage for you as a gun owner. See, so what I say is that at least as that, if you're going to come from the position of being against gun control, you got to be in favor of a bunch of other interventions, because there's more than one ways to fight this. One of the ways to fight this is mental health care. In other words, imagine, Vic, that within the whole infrastructure
Right.
of schools, colleges, even employment, there were ways to sort of identify people in mental crisis
Right.
and provide for them,
Right.
where you knew you could go get help when you reached a point of mental crisis.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's not there. But it's a dream to have. But then at least that'd be one way of an alternative.
Well,
Right.
I absolutely agree. I don't look, I'm not saying that you're going to get rid of everything, but unfortunately the model of what we live and stand by, because of all the things we're successful at as a nation, also comes with the price of business and the cost. And right now the cost is easier to perpetuate finding ways for, say, your medical condition to be absorbed by the multi-billion-dollar platform of medicine, biopharmaceuticals or otherwise. Just give them some pills. Just give them some pills, give them 15 minutes, get them out. That's it. It's a business thing. It's not a cultural enhancement thing. And there's going to be people who need care for the rest of their lives. And it's not just because they get over a certain age. It starts early. And unfortunately, the cultivation of taking care of our people, we are moving further away from it, even through the discovery of new medicine and practices that you see that are being addressed. But
You got to pay for that.
you got to pay.
and you got to give them health care
and
to give them the new
thank you.
practices, to give them the new medicines. You have to provide. One of the things that comes out of these tragedies, Vix, is a change of consciousness. Remember, I told you about that I was arguing in medical school that health care should be a right.
Right.
Okay, and I was challenged on that. And it took to this day, now how many, 30-some years later,
Right.
now the consciousness of the American public is that health care should be a right. It should be provided by the government.
Right.
Should be one of they're taking your money, they're doing a bunch of things. And that is part of the consciousness
Right.
of today. But it took all this time.
Yes, it
So
did.
mental health care will have to go through a similar kind of consciousness. When we as a society begin to believe that it should be done,
Right.
something should be there to care for people. When we believe as individuals, then something will be done.
Yes. Yes. And I'm just going to say I thought the tide would change with Sandy Hook. I thought that was the tipping point, because we was talking about innocent children. When that happened, unfortunately, until this day, I still, still shake over the fact that that did not springboard any level of any type that the children would springboard. But you know what springboarded? The possible threat of ISIS. Well, let's go put all our money in.
Right,
I said, but
right.
if we go
ISIS
look
not
at,
killing
oh
us.
yeah,
Billy Bob is.
right. Most of the traumatic events that happen in the U.S. come from our own kind. So money gets to get put where they believe the real threat is going to be, in the conduct of business. And once people understand that, I just say start rallying yourself up to be more of an entrepreneur than an employee, because business has collateral damage and collateral acceptance. And we're dealing with that right now, man. So it's acceptable that this is going to happen. And the right to bear arms for everybody is a right.
Well,
Even if you're-
Texas
even
is
if
going to
you're-
have to confront us. See, this is in Texas.
Right.
So Texas has got to confront this. Texas is
Yeah.
one of those places. So there's a price to be paid for all of this.
Unfortunately.
In Texas,
Yeah.
there's a price to be paid.
Yeah.
And that's sad. And but something has to be done. Like I said, my challenge is, if you don't believe in gun control, then what are you going to do in place of it as an intervention?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I would be happy if the president would announce a new mental health program that's national in scope with a big time funding.
Right.
They fund, just like they fund the military, fund that. Fund mental health care throughout the United States of America.
Right.
But that's not going to happen.
No.
That's what could happen. Anyway, so our prayers go out. Our prayers go out. Our prayers once again. And America once again in shock. And we here at Pax Stereo TV, citizen journalists, our prayers go out to you. And I don't know, Vic, we pray for a solution. At least we pray for recognition,
Right.
and acknowledgement of the degree and scope of the problem, because then that'll lead us to action,
Yeah. It'll take something else.
hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, Mellow, we'll come back with some announcements, but just take a little mellow moment, man. We need a little mellow moment. Here's the hot picks of the week slideshow animation. I get to do a slideshow animation every week with the wonderful photographic efforts of my partner in crime over there, Victor Allen. And usually when Victor's in the pick, it's Miko taking it, but sometimes it's me, and sometimes it's me shooting the two of them. Here's the latest slideshow animation, and we'll be right back. Halloween theme.
Been a long time since I spoke to you, and I know that there's no rhyme or reason to what you put me through. So I take your promises and all the memories, and I play them back 'cause I can't breathe. And you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my dream. You are the only reason, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak. And you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my dream.
sound the body heats.
And I know if all the pieces when
I love that. I love making these slideshow anime. I love it. I like making it. I hope it shows.
And I know if all the pieces when you speak to me.
Yeah. You know, I hope you guys enjoy those. Those are just typical. The slideshow animations are really typical of the ways that Victor and I have done things and have managed to morph. Stop that, you! Have managed to morph even the littlest things. You know, here we had a routine that when we would do shows, we often had guests and we would take pictures. Vic would do pictures that we could use on the website. So he would do those at the end of the show. That started to become a routine. Since he was doing it all the time, I said, well, I might as well play some music
Yeah.
while
true.
you do it.
Works.
And
Works,
then after
man.
a while, Victor was talking while he was doing it. We had the mics up and playing music. So now it was a thing. And then at some point, Victor started writing little skits, and that morphed into I, Victor. Well, in the same way, that whole session created the routine practice of how I handle
Right.
the photos. Victor shoots the photos, and every week I process those, resize them, store them, archive them, install them at the website, and make a slideshow animation every week.
Yep.
Every week, and it's a wonderful task. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hey, you guys, gotta acknowledge some of the connections. Okay, like Vic, Facebook. A growing audience. Got to say hi to Mac. It's out there. Mac McAllister, G&M Bureau Chief, our brother from another mother up in Port Townsend, Washington, who does the pre-show. Now animated. He's now doing the slideshow animations.
Oh yeah.
So hope you guys enjoy that. And Philip Cuthbert's there chatting and talking to you guys. Hey, so you know what? The whole way that we come to people is changing, you guys, because there's a changing value out there in the world. Obviously, Facebook is more important, and that's why so many of you come to Facebook for our live broadcasts. All of the software integrations that we're doing now are having increased implementation for Facebook, YouTube, and some of the other places. So Vic and I are wrestling with that right now. You may have noticed when you go to the watch page, different players. So I'm working with that. We are changing the ways that what players we use, how we're doing things to adapt for the future. Now, why? Because you guys, the wonderful thing is that now we have to beef up for an increased interaction with Amazon. The fact that the Pack Stereo episodes are going to soon be listed on Amazon Prime as an Amazon Prime selection for you means that I have more work to do, and especially when we're talking about doing it weekly.
Yep.
So we're talking about weekly additions to Amazon Prime of the Morning Coffee Show and its subsegments and the iVictor. So I want you guys to know that's why all this stuff is going on. There's a revamping of Pack Stereo, an increased presence at IMDb, because people are recognizing the producers of web series. And for those of you who have been with us, you know, Mac, you might want to go get you some IMDb credit because you've been doing it too. You've been doing it too. And so this is why everything is so exciting here at Pack Stereo TV. We the website, I've been working on it. A lot of things are getting better. The newsletter is going out. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Over 4,200 members now at the website. Come and be part of our community at that website. We're just having a good time with that. Okay, you guys. So now, this week, tomorrow, Tuesday night, the Quiet Storm theme is coming out of the cold. Sexy music for cuddling up with someone, or if you're an imaginary blow-up friend. whatever you think. Unscripting Mario Hemsley continues to shoot on Wednesdays We don't tell you what time. It's usually about 1 or 2 but we'll see how that goes. So just keep an eye out. Friday night agenda this week. It's blowing up. We're going to have it again, the full agenda this Friday, starting at 8 o'clock. Well, starting at 7 p.m. is the pre-show. Got to tune in for that. Pre-show is always hot. One of the regular features on there is Gary Taylor, the Indies Indie, so you got to check him out. Then at 8 o'clock, Mario's Magic Mixtape featuring our favorite male vocalist, Tyrone Dubois, the R&B historian, and myself. We're going to be waxing eloquent as we present you our favorite male vocalists. And again, there's a mini concert as part of that show, and that is a surprise to be revealed right before showtime. At 9 o'clock on Friday, the award-winning I, Victor, featuring Miko's Challenge. Vic, that's looking like it's going to be something good again. It's good to have Miko back. Our baby girl's working hard.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, keeping the grind going. You know how it is, man. You got to sit back and bring something fresh and new. She did the zip line the last time, you know, which was like the Vegas getaway. And kind of ran into what they call some envy, you know. The brothers thought that she went away to kind of hook up with somebody else. So, you know, some of the characters was challenging that and tried to bring their own swag and sway. So we're going to see if they can continue that groove. But, you know, the challenge is on Miko, and the easy work is on I, Victor, and the rest of the crew. And like I said, it evolves and it continues to.
All right, coming up Saturday, special performance, Vic. Want to tell them about that one?
We got Nils. Yes. Nils is, you guys are going to see details. You're going to see a lot of postings throughout this week, Saturday. Right in that time, we're going to get started here, just kind of probably doing some prep live, showing you some probably elements of the live, more probably through your mobile devices. But look for that show to kick off around pre-show time, around 6 or so, 5:36 pre, and then we'll kick it off and give you the official time. But we want to make sure that we can handle the crowd. Not everybody's invited, but there is invitations. All right, man.
Dress appropriately.
Yeah.
All right, we got to reset. You know, we divide the show up into 4 sections specifically for our Facebook audience. And so now I have to reset that, and that means you have to refresh your page there at Facebook. I give myself 60 seconds to do all this. Starting now, here we go. Stopping the Facebook stream. You get ready to refresh your page. Oh, Vic, it's a wonderful thing revamping this. Is it ready? Always. This time it don't want to work. Welcome back. Let me check that Facebook audience. Technology, what can I say? Remember, if you're at Facebook, you have to refresh your part. There we go. Okay, Facebook's connected. So, it's going to be some news today. We got the full, this is part 2 of the show.
Right.
Consisting of the news, schmooze, marijuana for dummies. So let me see. You guys ready for some news?